Hello everyone, welcome to Insecta channel. So last class we have discussed about few rice insect pest of rice like yellow stem borer, then leaf folder. So now then case worm, and now we'll discuss about the sucking pest of rice. So already in first class we have discussed that what are the sucking pest. So today we'll start from the green leaf hopper. Okay, so as we know, the scientific name of the green leaf hopper is Nephotritix virascans and Nephotritix nigropictus. It belongs to the family Cicadelidae and order is Hemiptera. So wherever you are growing paddy, you will find this insect all over the India. Okay, so next is adults are small green wedge shaped hopper and hind legs having one or two rows of spines. So here one important thing is, like in JRF exam or NET exam, you will find this type of question that two rows of spines present in the hind leg of dash. So you have to remember this is the major characteristic of paddy leaf hopper, that is on the hind legs they are having two rows of spines. So in JRF you will find this type of questions. Okay, so next is, you can see there are two species. One is Nephotritix virascans, another one is Nephotritix nigropictus. So there is difference between these two. So as you can see from the image only, here you will see in case of virascans, apical portion of the wings there are some dark black band is there, and in the forewings, in the middle of the forewings, you will find two small black dots, and these black dots are not extended, or these black dots are not jointed, they are separated with the apical portion. Okay, so this is known as virascans. And in case of the nigropictus, what will happen, they are also having same apical portion, dark band is there, apical portion of the wings you will find dark band is there, and in the middle of the forewings you will find two black dots, but these dots are extended to meet the apical dark band. Okay, in nigropictus the two black dot will extend and meet the apical black band, whereas in this virascans the two dots are not extended. This is the major difference, and this virascans is green in color, whereas the nigropictus is dark in color, dark green in color. Okay, so this is the theoretical I have given here. So next is the life stages. Okay, and where you will find this GLH. So wherever you will be growing the rice, like in irrigated wetland, so GLH is common in that rice area. Then also they are not prevalent in upland rice. So normally where you will find, in lowland rice. Okay, so next we'll see the life stages. So incubation period is 3 to 5 days. So where they will lay the egg? So they will lay the egg into the midrib of the leaf. So no need to remember this thing for the for the exam purpose, or if you are in second sem or third sem or fifth sem, in which sem you are having this crop pest means, just remember this characteristic, adult characteristic, how they look, difference between the Nephotritix virascans and Nephotritix nigropictus, and the family order and their damage symptom. So now next we will move towards the nature of damage and symptom of damage. Okay, so the nymph and adults, they will cause direct damage by the rice by sucking the sap. So suppose this is the leaf, they will suck the sap from the leaf. So this is the direct damage. Okay, and indirect damage, can anyone say what is the indirect damage? So this green leaf hopper, they will cause the indirect damage by causing a disease. So they will transmit a disease, they will transmit a virus. Okay, so that virus name is Tungrovirus. Okay, so they will transmit the virus, that is rice Tungrovirus, which will cause the disease to the plant. Okay, and also they will transmit this transitory virus and yellow dwarf. But most importantly, you have to remember Tungrovirus is transmitted by this GLH, that is green leaf hopper. Okay, so the indirect damage by the Tungrovirus, and direct damage they will cause by sucking the sap from the leaf. As a result, what will happen? The plant will turn yellowish brown, and you will find these white color specks are present on the young leaf. Okay, then the affected leaves and plants turn to yellowish brown color and growth is retarded. Okay, so apart from the rice, they will also feed on the grasses like Cynodon dactylon, Echinocloa cruzgali, and Eleusine indica. So these are the grass. They will also feed on these grass. So you just remember how you will control. You have to remove these grasses from the rice field. So next we will discuss about the white backed plant hopper, that is WBPH. In short, you can say it as WBPH. Okay. So this belongs to the family Delphacidae and order is Hemiptera. And the scientific name is Sagotella furcifera. Okay. So the adults are whitish in color and bigger in size. These insects cause yellowing of the leaf and stunting of tiller. So they are also a sucking pest because hopper, so they are sucking pest. So they will also suck the sap. As a result, what will happen? Yellowing of the leaf will occur and tiller will not grow. So stunting of tiller will occur. So it does not transmit any diseases and damage as hopper-borne rare. So they will not transmit any disease and their damage will not cause the hopper burn. Okay, so in somewhere it will cause, but not that much. Very rarely they will cause the hopper burn. And what is hopper burn? That we'll discuss in the next slide. Okay, so they are abundant only during the summer month. So summer month you will find the incidence of WBPH is more. Next, the most important sucking pest, that is BPH or brown plant hopper. Scientific name is Nilaparvata lugens. Then family is Delphacidae. Order is Hemiptera. So where you will find this insect more? Under the favorable RH. Okay. So this brown plant hopper, they require a specific type of microclimatic environment. Okay, so in a particular area wherever they are staying, so they need a suitable condition to live there. Okay, that is particular type of RH, that is 70 to 80%, and in rice they will find that humid condition and they will cause attack, or they will attack to the rice plant because of the favorable condition. And in the rice field everywhere, if suppose this is for example this is a rice field area. Okay, so it is not necessary that complete land will be having the same climate, right? In somewhere the microclimate, I am saying about the microclimate, very small area wherever they are staying, that area should be suitable for them. So suppose this area is suitable for them, then another area is suitable for them, so they will cause damage like this only. Okay, so whole over the field you will find this concentric brown color has formed. Okay, so this type of brown color, it will look like the field is burnt from outside. Okay, so it is known as hopper burn, because this burn is caused by the plant hopper, so it is known as hopper burn. Okay, so we'll see the life cycle. Total life cycle of BPH is 18 to 24 days. Okay, so this is the adult size, then where they will lay the eggs, then young nymphs will form. So these things are discussed here. Just we will discuss about the damage symptom. Okay, and another important thing is that the BPH, they will appear in two form. Okay, one is macropterous form, another one is brachypterous form. So in case of macropterous, the wings are fully developed. You can see here wings are fully developed. But in case of brachypterous, you can see wings are not developed fully. Very short wings are there. So these are the two form they will take according to their convenient. Okay, for example, this macropterous, they have well developed wings, abdomen is small, and they move from one field to another field as a colony. So whenever they will move with their colony. Okay, at a time they will move. Okay, then when you will find this kind of macropterous form? In the post flowering time. Okay, then egg laying capacity is very less comparing to this brachypterous. Macropterous egg laying capacity is less. Okay, then in case of brachypterous, they are poorly developed wings, larger abdomen, as you can see abdomen is large, cannot fly. How they will move if they cannot fly? They will move by the irrigation water. And where they will dominate? They are dominant at pre-flowering. पोस्ट फ्लावरिंग में कौन डोमिनेंट था? माइक्रोप्टेरस फॉर्म. प्री फ्लावरिंग में डोमिनेंस है ब्रैकियोप्टेरस फॉर्म डोमिनेंट. ओके, and obviously if their egg laying capacity is less, that means brachypterous egg laying capacity is more. Okay, so next we'll see nature and symptom of damage. So early growth stage they will attack. Okay, in the early growth stage of rice they will attack, but serious infestation will cause at post flowering stage. So post flowering stage the serious infestation will cause. So you can see in this picture the field, like here it has burnt, but in this area it is not burnt, here also it is not burnt. That means they didn't get the microclimatic condition in this area. So wherever they got, they just suck the sap and the plant become like burnt by someone. Okay, so it is known as hopper burn. Okay, so nature of damage, nymphs and adult congregate at the base of the plant. So suppose this is the plant, at the base of the plant you will find these nymphs as well as adults will be congregate. Okay, एक साथ एक ही जगह में होते हैं at the base of the plant. Okay, so both the nymphs and adults, they will suck the sap from the leaf sheath, stem and the lower portion of the plant. Just above the ground level they will suck the sap. Where they will suck the sap? Leaf sheath, stem, lower portion of the plant. Okay, so what will happen? As they are sucking the sap, so the plant will become yellow, then drying, and this plant is known as hopper burn in a concentric ring. So I have told concentric ring, like this manner they will feed the rice field. Okay, so another important thing is this BPH, they will transmit a viral disease known as grassy stunt. Okay, so they will transmit this grassy stunt virus. Okay, so Tungro disease is transmitted by which insect? GLH. Okay, and grassy stunt is transmitted by BPH. So most favorable condition for pest outbreak or Why the reason of BPH outbreak is occurring? Because BPH requires temperature 29 degrees Celsius and they are getting it in the rice field. RH 80 to 90% they are getting from rice field. Continuous cultivation of susceptible variety. So if you are growing the susceptible variety continuously, then also the BPH outbreak will occur. Monocropping is another reason. Using high dose of nitrogenous fertilizer, especially urea. And most important thing, closer planting. If you are growing without maintaining the spacing of the rice, then BPH will attack. Okay. Then indiscriminate use of pesticide. Indiscriminate means बहुत ज़्यादा यूज़ करना. Okay. So if you are following this, then BPH will occur. If you will avoid this, BPH